Hi, Tom from Breakupresilience, and it's now spring here in Kiev, and yeah, it's been a while since I've shot a video, but we are going to do a newsletter, a video coaching newsletter for a client of mine who had issues, of course, getting over his ex-girlfriend, although it was more of a fling. It was one of those quick relationships when people get into these things quick, and it's over quick, and it's like fire. Okay, so of course I'm going to change the names because discretion is key. It's personal, okay? But this guy, he sent me a long email, and this is going to be my response. So I'm going to read out the email and then respond. So, hi, this is my story. I'm sorry if I can't write the best. He's not from England, he's from Persia, aka Iran. So one day, Mercedes, this is a friend of his, comes to my house with one of her friends, and after a little while I become close with her friend. His name's Alex. He's 21 years old, from a Greek family, and after a few weekends I called him up to catch up and have some drinks, and he said, do you want to come to my house for drinks? And they went for drinks, and I saw the whole family, the whole of Alex's family, his sister Georgia, his mom, his dad, and they're waiting for us. And I took some MDMA pills with me, and we find out the whole family are taking drugs regularly. Okay, so right, so MDMA is a type of recreational drug, shall we say, and this is of course a big warning sign automatically. I mean, when I first read this, I was like, what? The whole yeah, I mean, one, you're taking drugs. I understand people do take drugs, whatever, but when the whole family is taking drugs together, the mum, the dad, the brothers and sisters all together, it's very, very strange. I'm sure many people would agree, but hey, everybody comes from different walks of life, and it is what it is. However, yeah, taking drugs with the whole family, very strange. What kind of environment is that? I mean, you know, what goes up comes down. If you're taking drugs, you're going to enjoy a very euphoric high, but then you have to deal with the other side of that. And in a family context, my goodness, that's basically very, very toxic. Anyway, let's continue. We had an awesome night, I bet you did, with Alex's family, and they invited us for the next Saturday, which is the weekend after. Yes. Anyway, we got along together, so that was so unexpected. We went there for a second time, and I found out I have feelings about Alex's sister. And after the end of the second meeting, I made out with her when everyone was sleeping. We were talking to the morning, and I felt like I want to kiss her, and it was absolutely delicious. Okay, as it probably would be if you're fucked on MDMA. Anyway, and from that night, every day, our relationship was getting closer and closer. Our feelings were getting stronger, and we were seeing each other more often, and we were seeing each other middle of the week for dinner together, and seeing each other in the weekends with the family or friends. Okay, that's really intense. Fine, I mean, this is it is what it is, but it's intense. I mean, seeing a girl that often at the beginning of a relationship with the family there is extremely intense, from the perspective of having healthy boundaries, I would say. Healthy personal boundaries. I mean, these things take time to develop, and they should be a bit more slow. You know, you might see the girl once a week and not with the family. But hey, again, everybody's different. So actually on the second time at Georgia's house, her dad was so high on pills. I mean, what the fuck? And he told me that I have slept with his daughter, and I was shocked. I didn't say a word. Okay, so his dad's getting involved. Her dad is getting involved in a relationship which has got nothing really to do with him. I mean, but this is what happens if you start hanging out with the family. And I mean, why would you ever hang out with a family and be taking drugs with them? The family of your girlfriend or girl that you're enjoying carnal pleasures with, I don't know, but hey, you know, we're all here to learn, right? They kind of knew what was happening between me and Georgia, but it wasn't obvious. But deeply inside, we were in honeymoon. At least he's got a bit of perspective on this. Looks like we were liking each other more and more every day. At the same time, as much as we were getting closer, her family were giving me a hard time, like disrespecting me. Okay, well, I would say that should not be tolerated. No disrespect should be happening, and if it does, you put an end to it quick. You have to. The sooner that you put your foot down, the sooner that you assert your boundary of accepting no bullshit from somebody, the better. Okay? But as before, I wouldn't be putting myself in that situation in the first place. I mean, like I've said, going and hang out with the family and then taking drugs with them, it's very strange. You know, anyway. In our meetings or catching up with their family, I was trying to show the best of myself, doing this, that for them, doing the various things for them. Excuse me, that it's not written very well, so I'm kind of paraphrasing a bit. Drinks, getting them drugs, anything that make them feel closer to them or make them like me. Okay, you shouldn't ever have to pay for someone to like you. You should never have to seek their approval to that extent that you're basically giving your power to them. You're basically telling them, I'm a little bitch. And no offense, but at the same time, you know, this is a clear indicator of poor, healthy boundaries. And hey, I'm glad that you've written to me so that we can talk about this and you can develop yourself and grow, and that's great, and that's key. And this is so good, and this is why it's great that you've written to me, because we can go from there. I'm repeating myself, but I think you understand what I'm saying. Okay, I was thinking about maybe I can get married with her. And that's when I told her that's what I told her in the start. Whoa. Okay, so he's been seeing this girl for what? 2 weeks, maybe 3 weeks, and he's going on about marriage. What? Okay, look. That's really intense, okay? And this channel is called Breakup Resilience, so it's also about stopping a breakup, as well as dealing with the end of a breakup, because they both kind of go together, right? You know, and especially if you're going to go into future relationships with women, you need to understand what not to do, so that a breakup doesn't happen so quick, as well as, you know, how to deal with an inevitable breakup, because nothing lasts forever, right? Anyway, so he says, I told her on the first date that I like you so much. I like you because I saw your family. I know where you grew up. I like your family. I don't know, maybe I was wrong. Haha, maybe. I think I want to get married. Yeah, way too strong. Okay, well, this is a long a long email. Okay, so she had a school holiday in Australia. They call it schoolies. So she's quite young. She's like 18. And so he books them a week at an Airbnb. They spend time together. He makes it romantic, roses and all this kind of stuff. He went to a spa. He buys her earrings. I mean, okay. I'm saying to him, too much. This is too much. This is too romantic. This is too, you're trying to buy her. This isn't cool. Anyway, see, she said she'd never had this before. Well, she's 18 anyway. I felt she likes me more than before. Anyway, we had absolutely wonderful, lovely time together. Okay, well, cool. I mean, you know, nice, but after that, we were loving each other every day more and more. Every day. I will highlight that. It's too much. There's nothing mysterious about it. Maybe we were seeing each other for 2 months, maybe more, until New Year's Eve 2021. George's family invited me over for a party. I went there and we got so drunk, I can't remember much, but apparently I got blamed for everything that happened in the night, and I got abused for a lot of things. Okay, again, no one should be abusing you. I don't know what he did. He doesn't actually write this in the email, but either way, unless he's something extremely serious, you know, what? I don't know. No one should be receiving abuse. I don't think I could ever would. He claims he doesn't think he did anything wrong, and everyone in her family stopped talking to me, even Alex, the brother, even though he's my best friend. And I received text messages from her mum that she was saying that we need to talk about what happened in New Year's party at mine. You kind of disrespected me among my family. Even Alex wasn't happy to see me. I asked him a few times to catch up and tell me why he doesn't want to see me, because I had no idea what had happened. And after New Year's party, his girlfriend sends me a text message like we are in different stages of life, so making excuses, which is kind of true because she's 18 and he's 30 years old. Okay, well, this is true. I mean, at least he's got a bit of perspective, even though he's 30 and expecting marriage, which is, it's more down to a cultural thing. He's from Iran. This is very different. Yeah, I'm not going to go into too much more of this, because they basically, what happens, I'll summarize it because this goes on for like another page, is that the family is withholding information about what he did. His girlfriend is withholding information about what he supposedly did at this party. So nothing can get reconciled. There's no communication. It's all passive aggression, and they're blaming him for something that they're not even talking about. They're not ready to meet him halfway, and it sounds like they're an extremely immature and toxic family, you know? So my advice to you is to, we'll call him Muhammad, shall we call him Muhammad? You know, you entered yourself into a situation which was extremely negative, and then you became attached emotionally to that negativity, because it doesn't really matter which part of the family you became a part of a group toxicity, and then they prove it over and over again with the drugs, with the blaming, with the withholding of information, which is basically passive aggression, with the lack of being able to communicate effectively. And then it turns out in the end that she goes off with another boy, and she just leaves him to deal with that, which is of course not great. But at the same time, what he does is he allows himself to invest a lot of time and energy into somebody who you know, he doesn't really know that well. They were only seeing each other for 2 months. And it's not putting all that much energy, whether it's into buying gifts or paying for hotels and paying for drugs in Australia. And drugs aren't cheap in Australia, so I've heard. And that's a lot of energy and a lot of please like me, please accept me. And this isn't the way to do it. And this isn't the way to be in a relationship. And so when she's, you know, when she leaves you and it's for another guy, I mean, you know, this is, you've got to see that she wasn't a good person, really. Her family wasn't better, so it wasn't good. You can do better, and this is one of the techniques that you can use to get over a girl. I think I've spoken about it in another video, and it's definitely in my book, which I'm writing at the moment. It's almost finished. You've got to have standards for yourself. You've got to understand that people have to be good to you as much as you have to be good to them. They have to bring value to the table just as much as you have to bring value to the table. It's a mutual respect, it's a mutual value, it's a mutual relationship. Think about win-win deals. You know, you shouldn't accept win-lose deals. You should be looking at creating win-win deals. That comes from Stephen Covey, The 7 Habits of Highly Successful People. One of his habits is accept only win-win deals. And it's about boundaries and understanding that, and also not about seeking approval. But this is something that we can work on. To be honest, this email came a few weeks ago, and since then we've had a few emails back and forth. He got on the phone with me as well, and yeah, he expressed how it was really helpful that he was to write this quite a long email, because it gets it out. This is the thing with writing, it gets it out of your head. You're able to contextualize things instead of being like these kind of like vague loops which are like drive you nuts. You're able to put things out of your mind and onto paper or onto a laptop or a phone or whatever. You're able to get your words, your thoughts out. Yeah. So this is the first newsletter in a coaching newsletter. In the future, I would say that if you want help with me and you want to send an email, that we reduce the size of the email to only 1 page, a couple of or 3 paragraphs, okay? And yeah, if this helps you in any way, please leave a like. Maybe consider subscribing if you're really having a hard time, because I'm going to be pushing out content all the time to help you get over your ex-partner, ex-girlfriend, ex-wife, whatever you want to call her. And yeah, at the moment I'm offering free email consultations at this point in time. So if that helps you, if you think that might help you, then please send an email to the email address which is down below, and visit the website and all that kind of stuff. Okay? Yeah. Have a good day. Bye. Hi, it's Thomas from Breakup Resilience, and I just wanted to invite you on a no obligation, completely free consultation call with me via Zoom, and we work out your specific pain points. I want to know what's the hardest thing for you right now, getting over your ex-girlfriend, ex-wife, ex-partner. and then we're going to work through it. I want to get to find out what it is that's stopping you, and then we can see whether I can help you, which I'm pretty sure I can, but you never know, and that's why it's a free call. And yeah, so fill in the questionnaires, fill in the emails. There's a few different capture forms, maybe not capture forms but email things, just because I need to make sure you're not a robot, and I'm just refining the system because I'm not an IT guy and I'm doing this by myself. But anyway, if you're really serious and you want to take the opportunity to have a consultation with me and my expertise, then you'll do it, and I will see you when I see you. Nice.